Good morning, dear students of class 8. I welcome you all to this new class of social science where we people are studying chapter when people rebel from history, right? So, children, in the previous class, you people have been briefed about the introduction of the chapter, as the title of the chapter clearly indicates when people rebel. It is an outcome. It is an outburst of aggression, anger, dissatisfaction, discontentment of Indians from whom? The Britishers. So, this total situation, which is shown through the people at that time, is depicted in this chapter. How people rebelled, what afterwards impact was there. So, everything is given in a sequence wherein we will soon start with the chapter further. Children, in the introduction, we saw that the policies of East India Company affected different people, kings, queens, peasants, landlords, tribals, soldiers in different way. In total, it affected every life of India. All the Indians were affected with the policies of the East India Company. Then let us quickly come to the chapter further. So, after introduction, we saw that the Nawabs started losing their power. If you read the chapter, I think you all have gone through the chapter. The Nawabs started losing their power. I gave you one example in the introduction class, if you remember, that if somebody comes and starts staying in your home as a guest, and after some time the person starts dominating your life, starts dominating your entire family, then this situation holds a deep grudge in your heart for that visitor, right? Similarly, Nawab started losing power. If in your family that visitor started taking command and taking power in his own hand, what happens? Your eldest member of the family starts losing his power because all the instructions are being given by this visitor and things are under control as per his instruction. So the eldest member of the family will automatically lose his power, no? Similarly, we will see the chapter step by step. Introduction told you that because of the Britishers, their policies, their different annexations and everything, there was a huge, a feeling of anger in the Indians. Now let us see what actually happened. Number one reason was the Nawab started losing their power. What happened in this? Since the mid 18th century, children, Nawabs and Rajas have seen their power eroding away. So from the middle of the 18th century, children, the Nawabs and the Rajas were seeing that their power is going off. It is eroding. It is getting vanished. They lost their authority and honor. See, whenever a person who is having a full control of one place, a king is considered to be the supreme power. But when someone else starts interfering into that empire and overshadows the king, what will automatically happen? The king is going to lose his power and his honor because the new member is taking charge of everything. Right? Second point, in 1801, subsidiary alliance was imposed on Awadh. Subsidiary alliances I explained in the previous class also, where kings or the Rajas have to sign an agreement to pay subsidy to Britishers for maintaining the huge British army. Right? So subsidiary alliances were being imposed on Awadh, and it was annexed in 1856 on the basis of administration. So even if the kings were paying the subsidiary alliances, they were following the subsidiary alliances, children, still on what ground they took the power of Awadh? On terms of administration, on terms of maintenance. So children, the third point, after the kings lost their authority, then subsidiary alliances were also there. Third thing was, along with this direct conquest, doctrine of lapse was also imposed and symbols of authority were destroyed. Obviously, doctrine of lapse, where a king dies without his original son, the power and the possession of the state is ultimately going into whose hand? The Britishers' hand. So in this way, Britishers were taking charges of different kingdoms. We all know the mutiny broke out in Jhansi because of doctrine of lapse. Now, the fourth point, very important point. The company began to plan to bring an end on the Mughal dynasty, and Bahadur Shah Zafar was declared as the last king of Mughals. See, this was the strategy of the Britishers. If in my class there are two leaders who are leading continuously, and I come one day and say this is the last leader this class is going to have, afterwards everything will be in my hand. Afterwards everything is going to be managed and controlled by me. So this was the wise, thoughtful step of Britishers to declare that Bahadur Shah Zafar was the last Mughal emperor, so that they can easily come over our states and take annexations. Right, children? So Nawab started losing their power and the British policies. The two reasons are clear. Let us come to the third point, which is the peasants and the sepoys. Peasants, farmers, sepoys are the army people, the soldiers, right? So there was a great discontentment into these two categories of our country's population. You know, India is an agricultural country, children, wherein 70%, at that time to 75% was engaged in agriculture. So the peasants were also dissatisfied with Britishers, and sepoys, the soldiers, we will discuss how and why they were against the Britishers, why there was a lot of discontentment into the hearts of these peasants and soldiers. Children, in the countryside, the peasants and zamindars resented the high taxes and the rigid methods of revenue collection. Resented means they were not satisfied with this method of revenue collection. Alright, because the taxes were very high, and British East India Company was not at all in favor of our peasants. Then Indian sepoys in the employment of the company were unhappy about their pay, allowances and conditions of service. Children, when you take a job, you just don't look, not just you are a student, a person who goes for an interview, a person listens to his working condition, a person tries to understand what situation will be when I'll be joining this work, the working condition, the salary, how far that your working place is from his house. So all the things combine together, and then a person agrees to do that job. So the Indian sepoys who were employed in the British army, what they were being given, they were not happy with the salaries, they were not happy with the working conditions, and thus there was a feeling of discontentment in the hearts of sepoys. Is this much clear? So peasants were not happy with the high rate of taxes and revenue collection method. They were not happy, so they did not want British East India Company. Then the soldiers were given very less salary, then they were being exploited, the conditions were very bad, right? Next, moreover, some new rules violated the religious sentiments. Children, we all have known this fact that that ignited spark of Mangal Pandey, which clearly showed that the Britishers have hurted the religious sentiments, isn't it? If the Hindus are staying away from the meat and the animal oil and everything, they were allowed to consume that through different ways. Obviously, it is going to hurt somebody's religious sentiment. How? British made it compulsory for everyone to follow the terms. What happened? The cartridges, the guns, the weapons, they were greased with animal oil and everything, and for that they had to put it in their mouth for loading that cartridges and the guns. So the sepoys were ultimately very, very sad by getting hurt through these new rules which were being imposed on every soldier, right? And the last point, sepoys were belonging to agricultural background, so they were directly affected with the revenue policies of the Britishers. See, if a person is belonging to some agricultural background, no matter that person is taking up job somewhere else, but his family is connected with that agricultural background. So the soldiers, sepoys were unhappy because of the high rate of interest, the revenue collection method, plus these new rules were being imposed on the soldiers. So peasants and soldiers were unhappy and dissatisfied. Right? So is this much clear to you all, children? So we have seen the British policies, we have seen the peasants and the sepoys, and the Nawab started losing their power. Now next topic will be responses to reforms. Then a mutiny becomes a popular rebellion from Meerut to Delhi, right? So these are the topics which we will be covering further. So for today's class, we will stop here and then we will continue further in the next class. For that, children, I want you all to please log into your Google Classroom and then watch this video. After that, go and read the chapter once more. Right, children? Thank you so much and have a nice day.